And if anybody would like to come up and say something, please do. So, appreciate it.
So we had a psalm that we called our camping psalm. That whenever we went camping or backpacking, Mom and Dad, they would always read. Dad would read Psalm 19, and so Phil's going to read this.
The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. Day to day pours out speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. There is no speech, nor are there words, whose voice is not heard. Their voice goes out throughout all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them he has set a tent for the sun, which comes out like a bridegroom leaving his chamber, and, like a strong man, runs its course in joy. Its rising is from the end of the heavens, and its circuit to the end of them, and there is nothing hidden from its heat. The law of the Lord is perfect, reviving the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The precepts of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The rules of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, even much fine gold. Sweeter also than honey, and drippings of the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is your servant warned, in keeping them there is great reward. Who can discern his errors? Declare me innocent from hidden faults. Keep back your servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then I shall be blameless and innocent of great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer.
Yeah, that was in Nabel and Pam and April. They all shared different memories that they had. And Nabel said this was a really important song for her, that she just remembered the sun coming up. I actually have to, I was only 4, so my memories aren't as clear, but they were all older. But Nabel said she especially remembers him reading it before we started our backpacking trip into the high Sierras. She remembers the light from the sunrise climbing up the rocks where we camped as we read. So, special memories there. Anyway, okay, so I wondered if a couple of, Mom loved the hymns, and so a couple of her favorites, wondered if we could sing together, Great is Thy Faithfulness. So I think you have the words given to me. So we'll first do Great is Thy Faithfulness, and then Wonderful Grace of Jesus, and then we'll do something else there. So I have on my handy little phone here, it should play some piano music for us to help us along. So.
Is thy faithfulness, there is no passions may fail me, as thou hast been, thou forever will be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. I have laid and thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is thy faithfulness, Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, mercies I see. All have been in thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. For tomorrow, blessings all mine. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thine hands hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
It's good to sing these together again. It's been a long time for me anyway at Hauser when we're kind of, this is nice. Okay, let's do the next one. Wonderful Grace of Jesus. Sorry, mine is in a different order. That's just now this one gets a little tricky. I know we all know it probably, but with the guys and the girls split off, so good luck. Okay. Wonderful grace of Jesus, greater than all my sin. How shall my tongue describe it? Where shall its praise begin? Taking away my burden, setting my spirit free. From the wonderful grace of Jesus, reaches me. Precious grace of Jesus, I know. The scope of my transgressions, all my sin and shame. Oh, magnify the precious name of Jesus. Praise His name. Wonderful grace of Jesus, reaching to all the lost. By it I have been pardoned, saved to the uttermost. Chains have been torn asunder, giving me liberty. For the wonderful grace of Jesus reaches me. Wonderful grace of Jesus, mighty rolling sea, the rolling sea. Wonderful grace of salvation for me, for me. Than the scope of my transgressions, greater far than all my sin and shame. Oh, magnify the precious name of Jesus, praise His name. Okay, good. Those are a couple of my mom's favorites. She had a lot of favorites. Okay, so Novelle and April again wish they could have been here, and they gave me their thoughts, what they would say if they were here. So I'll go ahead and read those. Can you hear me? My voice doesn't carry very well. Can you hear okay? Okay. This is from April. She said, there are so many things I could say about Mom that it's hard to choose. But I am blessed she is my mother. She loved me from a heart that wanted only good for her children. She introduced me to the Lord and taught me from His Word. She was fearless in telling others about Christ. I remember a neighbor who had made it clear she wanted nothing to do with God, but Mom walked to her house anyway to read scripture to her whenever she could. She also prayed. The woman eventually came to Christ. Mom's example encourages me to do the same. Mom gave me music. And in a little bit, I'm going to play a recording, and she and I used to sing together. This is a song that April wrote my mom for for Mother's Day. And so I'll sing along with her recording, and that'll be in a little bit. So that's what she's referring to right now. The song is for her and is only a small expression of the blessing she was in my life and will continue to be. I look forward to making more memories with her throughout eternity. I love you, Moo. Thank you for loving me and praying for me every day of my life. See you on the other side. And then from Neville, any of her grandkids want to read this one? I mean, Grandma's grandkids, not Neville's. Yeah.
I can read it.
Okay, perfect.
I always thank God that He gave her to me for my mother, and remember as a child playing with friends in their homes with a mother who was missing because they were out in the workforce, being so happy to come back to my home that was a warm, happy, and secure place for me. Mom was my earliest definition of motherhood, femininity, love for her children, and what it means to create a home. I am thankful for precious memories of her I can keep. Of coming home from school to freshly baked homemade bread, we were allowed a slice of it as it was cooling. The pale yellow painted nursery with cross-stitch wall hanging she embroidered. That is my earliest memory, a hummingbird feeder hanging from the yingling place, and watching the hummingbirds come and go while Mom worked in the kitchen. The kitchen wallpaper Mom chose that I loved, naughty pine paneling Dad put up for Mom. Family meals Mom made and were eaten together as a family. The dresses she made for me for school from her sewing machine. Teaching me to read from flashcards she made herself. Helping me as I accepted Christ into my heart at age 4 after I realized I had sinned and knew it made God unhappy. Teaching me from very early to save my first kiss for engagement to the man I would marry. Helping me memorize scripture for BMA. Teaching me how to play the piano, puppet shows with puppets she created for our children, as well as quiet books. Laughing in her kitchen with her friend Bernice Tuft, who told Mom she couldn't cook, while Mom laughed and kept cooking. Her devotion to caring for Brother Paul, and a multitude of other ways she loved me and was involved in my life. To me, she was the warm presence in our home that drew me to God and filled our home with color and beauty. I am glad she can finally be with Jesus face to face, though I will miss her and continue to be so grateful that God gave me to her as my very own mom.
But yeah, if anybody wants to share memories or thoughts,
I have one I want to share.
Okay, perfect.
This goes way, 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 way back. I'm guessing 50 years ago when they moved up here. Pam and I are the same age and we're friends. And Leslie and Neville were friends, my older sister. And when they first moved here, they camped on their property up on Ridge Road, which was not far from where my grandparents had a piece of property or had a house at some point, but I don't know timing, who was where, when. But Leslie and I spent the night one night with Neville and Pam in their tent up on the property. So I'm guessing 8th grade, 9th grade, somewhere in there. And
A little older.
no, I was 8th grade or 9th grade because I was in 9th grade when I had your dad for science.
Okay.
So, and it was before that. So, my favorite memory was the restroom was up a hill with a sign that said occupied or not. And we were waiting to use it. And it was occupied for this whole time. And finally, one of the girls said, Mom goes up there and reads. And I have loved that memory. I've married it forever. Finally, it was, Mom, we need to use the bathroom. Oh, okay, I'll come down. But it was private for her, with all the kids, with everybody there, with no, I think she and Paul were in a RV, if I remember correctly.
The single wide, I think. Yeah.
Was it?
Is that
This
the
was
same
before
time?
anything
Oh,
was out
before.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they were in
Just
an
when we
RV
came
in
up
the
there for summers, yes.
yeah.
Just a
It
little,
was like the first summer before you moved up, or right after.
little tiny camping trailer.
Yeah, It's just I remember sleeping in the tent, and I think Don had a tent, but Neville and Leslie and Pam and I slept in the tent. but I was so impressed, and it was so fun to be part of the family growing up. Of course, I got married and moved away almost right out of high school, but she was always there.
you love praying? A lot of times.
Yeah, you know how the prayer chain went through the church, you know, to pray, and she would always, I remember seeing her get on the phone and get the message for the prayer chain, and immediately, it wasn't like a, I'll get to it later, she would start praying right away, and I visually saw that, and it was just, it was neat to see that she lived what she said. She was a prayer. And another memory, were you done? I'm so sorry. No, go. Did you want to say more? Okay. I didn't mean, I just jumped on your memory. When I was young, when we finally got our house, we all worked together as a family to build our house on the property after staying in the camping and all that. And I was just 5 when we moved up, and so, but one of my best memories of Mom was when, well, one of like a multitude, but when I come up, so our parents were upstairs, kids were downstairs, and so when I'd get up in the morning to come upstairs, she was always kneeling by the couch praying. So every morning I'd walk past my praying mom, and the visual has never left me. That just, it's made me, called me to prayer, you know, and it's just a good example there. Do we have more years? Yeah. And then another one is we walked to church together singing lots of times. We would walk to church and we just sing the whole way and tell jokes and just have a good old time.
Very, very, very good training. But when Mom's memories, I was driving by and I looked over and there was blood all over the garage. And there was a truck there, and there was Marian with a couple women, and she had been having problems because one of the neighbors farther down the road had a woman keeping goats and chickens there, but she didn't have a pen or anything for them. And they kept eating their flowers and getting them. There was like, a herd of goats, little bitty ones, and they all looked pregnant. And so I went down to see what the problem was, because Marian kept everything immaculate, and they knew there was a problem. And she said there wasn't a problem, but the people had somehow got their truck stuck in the driveway, and it was spewing mud all over. And they had a 2x4 on top of the wheels, which I didn't understand, but I pulled some mats out of my truck, put them under there, we got the truck unstuck. And I said, well, there, you want me to help clean it up? She goes, no, I'll get that. She goes, I gotta go take care of this. And she goes marching up the road. So I parked my truck and I'm marching up behind her. And she's telling me how this goat's been eating up all of her stuff and it just has to stop. She's called, animal control repeatedly. And we get down there and there's this truck with these rails, and Marian is picking up these goats and putting them in the truck. And remember, it was a small truck, and there were at least 30 or more goats. And so I went through the brush and got them, but she was always so strong. She had a lot of patience, but there was a point. This is what it is. It's one of my fondest memories of her. She was a very devout, very caring and loving person. And she's always in my heart.
Wherever you want to put them.
Is that where for the rest of the memories?
He'll get you wherever you want.
Yeah. All right.
You want.
Well, most of the mature faces I recognize, but maybe some of the younger faces, they have no clue who I am. My name is Royce. I've known Marian a long time. I came a little later to house her, but I have a lot of memories of her. And I think all of us, the one that really stands out, which the kids have already said, is she was a woman of prayer. And I learned to pray. Praying with Marian and Mary House, and I can't remember if there was somebody else there or not, but there were a lot of Sunday school hours spent praying together. I didn't accept the Lord until I was 19, and I moved here shortly after that and started Hauser at 22. So I had a lot of catching up to do, but the Lord put Mary in my life to help me out with that. And
One of my other favorite memories of her was her and your dad actually having us over for dinner after our daughter had been born. She was born with Down syndrome, and we were facing a new challenge, and they were such encouragers to us during that time. That was a challenge. I'll never forget that. That was very special. She holds a real special place in my heart.
And I'll just mention something about your husband, David. So I can't remember a time that we didn't go over to your dad's house and have meals. So long time ago, but your dad was the same generation, and the main thing I remember about your dad too was he was very vocal about his faith in Jesus, and it was always with us.
And Russian tea. Always Russian tea. One of my fondest memories over there.
She had a subtle stinker side that that was so funny. Years ago, when my kids were small, we were invited to her home for a dessert. She knew I didn't like goat milk, goat.
That's all we had. Yep.
So she ended up, we had dessert, I can't remember, conversation. And it was ice cream. And it was so good. And after we were done, she said, "You know what you just ate?" And she said, "That was made with our own." It was delicious and sweet, and it was just kind of she waited to tell us. I haven't forgotten that. That's the other side of you.
Oh yeah.
That wonderful lightness. Wonderful.
But it was great, and we celebrated a lot of things together. Together. I've got books and things that she said and things that remind me of her all. She was just a sweetheart, and your mom and dad had yourselves for dinner, and we played ping pong. Yeah. I grew up when we tried to trail with your mom, and I sometimes took Paul and went to the beach, and I have tons of memories of her. And Joanne, when we should remind everybody that Joanne's got a piano player, and it was Marian that got it out. So I remember Marian going up there taking piano. So and his sons and you're 11, and I'm so excited for your son and his Paul. I think about that all the time. They're together and free of their bodies, and seeing presence of the Lord, and makes me jealous sometimes. I mean, I'm not ready quite yet, maybe, but whatever. But look forward to,
When the bell went to Oklahoma, my mother-in-law, my grandmother, my granny, my great-grandmother, your mom, and Dora Ford got together and prayed with the kids that were in Mouluma. So Ken Ford, David, John, my John, let's see, I'm missing somebody. Vicki Baldwin, Ken, my husband John, but Vicki Baldwin, I'm trying to think, there were like 5 or 6 kids that they prayed for every week. And I don't know whether that was at my mother-in-law's or my grandmother's. Of course, they're all in heaven now, all those moms.
that's a cool thought too, isn't it? They're all,
He's one who makes me teaching piano. Of course, my mom also taught all of my kids the son's success or not success piano. So it's a good memory.
And the best part is to see you later.
I know. That's the coolest thing, yes.
To see you later.
Okay. Anybody else before? I wanted to sing April's song that she wrote. this up, but then my phone died. I mean, it didn't die, but got off the screen. I had a speaker that was intended to come with me that didn't make it in my bag. So I am sorry if you can't hear it. It's up as loud as it can go. So do the best you can. This is let me get to the right page for me. So this again was a song that April wrote, and again years and years ago for Mother's Day, and she and I sang it together. And Mom years ago requested that we sing it at her funeral, and so my sisters wish they could be here. But let me see. Oh yeah, and I already read it. Okay. So here we go. I'll get closer.
She cradles her little one and sings her a lullaby. Surely take root there, for the mother lives, the word she speaks, and waters it with prayer. Faithfully on her knees, pouring out her heart to the one who faithfully keeps her child from harm. She knows the day will come when a mother's work is done, and only God will hold her then, and it's really God who holds her now faithfully. Gentle hands guide her, love walks beside her every day. She knows her mother's care, taught from the word of God, led down the narrow road. The blanket of love will not unfold, not even when she's grown, wherever the years may take them, near or far away. Love will always follow, and she will always pray. Faithfully on her knees, pouring out her heart to the one who faithfully keeps her child from harm. She knows the day will come when a mother's work is done, and only God will hold her then, and it's really God who holds her now faithfully. The child is grown now, she passes on the big sea. The song of salvation, mother's first lullaby, will continue to be sung for generations still to come. find out her heart. To the one who faithfully leads the child from her heart. She knows the day has come when a mother's work is done, and only God will hold her now. And it's really God who held her then faithfully.
I've been a speaker.
I've been waiting for it.
Okay, perfect. And then after that, maybe one more song to sing. Oh,
Pray, and
one-
then people can just talk.
Okay, I have one more song I'd like to do. It's one of her favorites. You want me to do that first, or?
Sure.
Okay. This was one of Mom's favorites. She also requested to be at her funeral. The last one. I'll Fly Away. Some blessing when this life is over, I'll fly away to on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away.
I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away.
When the shadows of this life are gone,
I'll fly away.
like heaven from prison bars is home.
I'll fly away.